All right, good morning. It is the 8th, Monday, and I think we have not really missed an entry, possibly. So, what I'm observing right here is we failed to manipulate. So, let's say that we were only looking at this from this time frame, or from this right here, this range, whatever. Um, if we would have closed above this and then came back into the range, that would have been pretty good manipulation to form bias. And we failed to do that. Instead, I guess you could say that we did displace, and then as you guys can see, we have respected this very big BISI, buy side, imbalance, sell side, and efficiency. And so I think that we could have had some type of entry look like this. 1 to 2 risk to reward, stops below this low, aiming for a higher time frame draw on liquidity. So that is pretty much it for today. That's really all I'm seeing. I want to talk further about so over here to my chart on my left, it's kind of like real time. Let's see what happens from here. This is just paper. This is just paper trading. This is just simulated money. And it's based off of, we might be able to get a re-entry. Hold on. Ooh, boy, I'm quick with it. All right. I think price is going ahead and giving us a re-entry right here. If we respect this 30-second fair value gap. If not, and we displace lower, you could say that that is manipulation. And I really want to go on further of telling you guys like why. If I can't spot manipulation and displacement in the marketplace, I'm not going to be entering anymore, because that is my criteria. You have to put price in a predicament to where it can only do one or two things, and if it doesn't do those two things, then I'm not investing. If we can somewhat see, that's why I feel like it's getting really choppy, because there's no news today. Realize how we still have not closed above, or we still have not closed below this fair value gap yet. 10 seconds left. I think that's going to insinuate to push further up. Hold on. So now we have closed below this fair value gap. So now we could be looking at an inversion, but I don't think that's going to be the play here, because we have now created a bearish SMT, which be seeing something like this deeper pullback to then go up, or something like that, or we could be seeing something like that with a breaker to end up lower. All right. Really just scaling back on the higher time frames, like about 3 and 5 minute. Because this is not, for me and how I trade, this is not enough bias for bearish signals. Not yet. I don't, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find some type of gap inside of here that we are respecting to then push us down further. So we have manipulation, which is SMTs. We just don't have that clean of displacement, so that's not enough conviction for me. So this is what I'm trying to see. Crash. SMT right there, and then some type of fair value gap in there that we were respecting to send us lower. That is it right there. So you can see right here, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, fair value gap. So now it's going to be a game of what are we going to do right here at this gap? Is it going to burst through and invert it to send us higher, or is that enough for bearish confirmation? Which, looking at this on 3 minutes, like that's not that clean. And like my daily bias on higher time frame, I can't show y'all right now. I'll have to show y'all after. So if we inverse this gap, I think 100% we're going to end up going over there, but it's just got to be really clean. So let's see if we can push through this inversion. If so, possibly take something like this, 1-to-1, high risk to reward, or low risk to reward, high win rate. But I'm still not really convinced yet. just doesn't look clean. It doesn't look really nice. Because once you pass this level, people think, oh, we're fixing to go in. Bam, bunch of buyers get in right there, and then what happens? You get taken out. A bunch of people stop losses right there. Then the algorithm market is going to turn on, and then bam, going to proceed higher. It's a low probability day, so really I'm probably just going to end up taking a trade internal to internal if it comes to that point. I don't think I'll be looking to put a take profit right there based off a higher time frame. No, I think we're going to push up and take out these highs. All right. I think a 1-to-1 right here would be ideal. Looking to close above this wick high. And see, we've also closed above the fair value gap, so that's signs of bullishness as well. Because all of this right here is done. The whole thing was to manipulate people who bought in right here, take out their stop losses. So now, from this price leg, if we can come back to equilibrium, that'd be great. I don't know if we're going to get there. This is just clean as it gets, PD array. Premium, discount, we come down, tap in discount, a bunch of people are going to get in, bam. Why am I convinced that this right here is draw previous highs? So now we are at
order filled.
Shoot. Take profit will be up here. Unless something else is going on that I'm not seeing, but this right here does not look like any type of manipulation to the upside to send us lower. So right around here, we should be seeing a push, taking equilibrium as really just support. I don't see why we would go down and then go back up. But if we do it well, that's why I'm kind of downsizing. That's why I'm only risking 5 micros. So I'm not really wanting to risk anymore today on a low volatile Monday. Alright, so now we're starting to see, really that candle says a lot. And if we disrespect that to go lower, we'll probably get stopped out. All right. Probably going to get stopped out then if we close below this equilibrium. But I still think that was a solid trade, no matter what really happens. I thought it was going to go up off of this. So what we're doing right now is we're coming down a little bit lower to generate more liquidity to then go up, or to displace lower. I don't have it. I don't think I have it pulled up, the fib settings, but it's the same thing, same concept with this. From this price range to this price range, we came down to a deep discount to offer a better deal to go up. But if not, then if we proceed lower, then we'll probably get stopped out. But I think that was a good solid trade. Two, 8, 5. All right, cool. This is a good example. So, looking at it, this fib is just the up and down of this candle. So you can watch it like this even. Because I think we came up, we stopped out, we came down lower, body, I'm referring to the body, to then proceed further up and then to hit the buy side threshold. It's like a 1 to 4. If not, I'm fine with this loss. This is really all I was seeing from today. And if not, I'll be able to show exactly where I went wrong. But it's crazy because inside of this one 15-minute candle that we're now watching, this is all that goes on behind that candle, which is crazy. All right, right here is where the action is going to happen. We're either going to displace lower or market's going to correct and go up. Probably gonna get stopped out. Um, it's just weird. This right here, this collection of candles looks really weird.
Order filled.
All right, cool. Nice loss. I feel like I showed you guys exactly why I took that trade. And really, it's because we closed above the fair value gap that gave me signs of bullishness. If you go back to the 1 minute, we did respect it, which was bad on my end because we did manipulate, respect fair value gap to come down lower. I don't know. I just wasn't. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I thought since we were right here, we're gonna go ahead and push up, manipulate up here, and then possibly come back down. But that did not end up happening. So bad read. It is what it is. But the good thing now is that we could have some type of, I don't know. Because if we were to slap on sells right here, I'd be having to risk 64 points for 100. Because this right here just looks weak. It just looks weird. That's like typical Monday volatility. It's pretty weird. Yeah, so now we're outside of the macro, outside of 1015. Bro, that crap is just weird. Like I don't know why. That's strange, but because dude, the likelihood if we would have closed above this wick right here, for us to expand further is high probable in my eyes. That's how I see it, but it looks like the market did all it really wanted to do today, unless we get some crazy volatility from like 10:30 to 11. Maybe something happens at 10:30. Coming back to this gap to see if we can proceed lower. Right now it looks like we're respecting it. Which honestly, this could look so weird because it was just so weak to take out all the people like myself who entered buys. That's why it looks weird. That's why we didn't just snap down or displace lower. It's like, I don't know, that shit's weird. That's just weird. I'm probably gonna watch from like 10:20 to 10:35 to see if something happens, but I'm not seeing any other type of manipulation that's gonna go on. So I'm gonna be looking to about like 10:35 and then hop off. But dang, bro, I feel like I did get a little slipped by the 30-second because we did respect. This is like I guess a rejection candle you could have placed the entry off of to come down to this gap, but it was going to be like a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward type of day anyways, so that's what I was anticipating. But it's kind of weird because looking at it now, we went higher than this previous wick, but we closed below that range. The range is of this wick's high, and we did close below. Then we closed below again, so that's why you see this candle, which is some type of momentum coming to the downside. Also filling in a 15-minute fair value gap. I'm gonna include that just to see. So now, okay. So now that's what it looks like. So the whole reason for this move is not displacement. Why do I know it's not displacement? Because that's not displacement. So slapping on a long here could be ideal now, because going on the 15, going off this 15-second fair value gap, holding support. We're now running stop losses, generating liquidity to then proceed further up. But still, there's no manipulation, there's no displacement. So I would rather have a 1 loss day instead of a 2 loss day. But I am going to put this on paper to where I can document my I don't know, man. We might be getting some type of displacement or some type of move right here to the upside. Because, all right, now it's all coming together. So we did form a SMT right here, which is manipulation. Why is it manipulation? Because we took out this low, people sold off right there, took their stop losses to then generate liquidity higher. That is textbook. That right there is textbook. So, with that being said, there's still not enough displacement to where we could respect a buy side, a bullish fair value gap. So even if I was to take a trade like this, it would still be a little uncalculated or lacking conviction. But that's probably going to be the play here. I mean, you could say, oh, we came down and we respected this order block and closed above 50%. That could have been enough conviction. Entry could have been right there. So that could have been ideal. It's like, dude, so yesterday I was back testing a lot, just looking back, and it brought up a bunch of clarity on my criteria for what I need for a trade. Hopefully, as you guys can see, looking back on it, on the previous trade I just took, if we respect this fair value gap, there should have been no buy entry. So that's bad on my part. But looking on the 30-second, which kind of caught me off sides, is we did close above. So I was like, okay. And then that was an early entry. So that is exactly why that was a bad loss. Not really a bad loss, but just a little uncalculated or just a little early. So then this move right here is not displacement. This whole leg right here, this whole price leg looks weird because all we were doing was taking out stop losses from people who bought in right here and also filling in this gap to the tick. And then in the process of doing that, we created a SMT, which I want you guys to really learn off my mistakes. I really want you guys to learn off of my mistakes as much as possible, more than I do. So like, we formed the SMT right here, came down below, filled in this fair value gap to the tick, then we came up. There was really no fair value gap being respected. We didn't come up and retrace back to this gap. We really didn't need to. So what happened here was we did get a displacement candle, respect this order block. We closed above 50% bullishness. Entry could have been right there. I just was not looking at it on the 15-second. And so in doing that, how did we get all of this out of nowhere after all of this weak movement right here? Well, we generated liquidity by this. This right here generates liquidity. This is key. This is huge right here, okay? This is game. This is freaking ball. This right here is detrimental to, this right here is big. This right here causes, it generates liquidity. It generates big moves in the market because we're taking stop losses, and then bam, what happens? Break of structure. If you're looking at it like this, I already missed my entry, so I just want for this to be completely recreational or completely just educational at this point. We come down, break of structure, bam, we come up, we retrace, huge move to the upside. Yo, that right there, this right here, you guys, is what you guys need, what I need to document in my head. This right here is huge. This is ball, this is game. It has taken me a very long time to finally get this, and now it's just a matter of time of how much I backtest and journal and implement this to lead to success. So I'm probably going to title this, I don't know what I'm going to title this because this is so valuable right here. This right here is so valuable. And inside of that, we do have a breaker block as well. That right there should have been the trade today. As soon as we come in, respect this, tap the the breaker block, that is key. So if you get anything from this video, please, this right here, that right there is behind the scenes, and I know it might be on a 15-second chart. I know it might be, oh, that's too much. Da, 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 da. There's only, how else are you going to know which way the market moves? I mean, it's right there. It is right in front of your face, but it's just like you have to understand exactly what's going on, and then you have to understand when it's not happening. You have to understand how to implement it, and that will lead to your success. So to end this whole video off, okay, to end this whole entire video off, recently I have been trying to just dwell in my mind and be like, kind of sit back, and if Drew was another person, it's like, what's your problem? Why are you not getting things? What's the hold up here? It's because you don't need to learn anything else. Like, obviously, dude, I feel like I 100% know enough. You know, it's you could have a 99% win strategy, or you could have a 25% win strategy, and the right trader who is patiently waits, observes the market correctly, could still turn that bad of a strategy into something. With that being said, is quit focusing on the outcome. I feel like that's what has been destroying all of my success. There's now people here that are trading for 8, 10, 12, 16 months, a year and a half, and is making $10,000 a week, $60,000 a month, whatever the case is. And it's just like, why? Because these other traders are so strong-headed to where they're not focused on the freaking outcome. They're focused on what needs to happen now to get there. And I feel like it has been a struggle for me because it's just like, I need this to happen now. I need this to happen. And it's like, I've been trying to learn how to detach myself from that, to where, oh, I you know what, I took a loss today. That's going to ruin my whole day. Every little thing that goes on in my mind is like, bam, 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 well, you still took a loss today. It was still unsuccessful. Absolutely incorrect. Absolutely not. There is no reason for you to talk down on yourself at all. Why not be positive about everything? Oh, well, I took a loss today. No. I learned from my mistakes today to become the best trader I can. That's how you have to look at it. And so with that being said, I just have this one analogy that I think is beautiful exactly for this. And it goes like this. So let's say that you have a garden and you love working in your garden. You love working hard and making that garden beautiful. That attracts the butterflies. But whenever you stop working hard in your garden and you start focusing on those butterflies, you try to change them, you try to attract them more, they all scatter away and never come back and go to someone else's garden. So the meaning of that is to quit focusing on the butterflies, the outcome, and just keep focusing on working hard in your garden and perfecting your garden and perfecting your craft, and that will attract many more butterflies, more than you can count. With that being said, peace out. I hope you guys learned from this. This is a very, very, this is packed with what I think is very knowledgeable, a lot of just valuable knowledge, and yeah. So I'll be back on the charts tomorrow. I'll be uploading this video. Peace.